Get in the ring, swing. Get in the ring, swing. Get in the ring, nigga. Get in the ring, swing. Get in the ring, swing. Get in the ring, swing. Get in the ring, nigga. What up, boys?
What's going on? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Border Wars. Yes, sir. Hashtag TBV Podcast, man. We are back. 1 week out from fight week. It's going down, and we are live to do our episode of Unguarded, where we sit down and we talk with one of our fighters on this Saturday's cards, none other than Eric Cruz, S.O.G. Eric Cruz, what's going on, champ? How are you? It's been a minute since you've been on the hot seat, man.
Yeah, you know what? I actually think it's my first Unguarded. So yeah, it's been a minute. Called into a couple of the Border Wars show, but yeah, man, it's good to experience this first Unguarded, man.
For sure. So I guess we want to talk a little bit about all the videos, the shoulder content that you've been dropping to keep, your fan base kind of up to date. That everything that is happening with you, man. Just what was, I guess, some of the thoughts in putting together the montage videos? You use some specific things there, so wanted to, where'd you get your inspiration from?
Yeah, man. The whole purpose of me putting that first video, right? It was to take everybody back to the first time, whenever I took my first real loss. I'm gonna say, and I thought there was a loss, right? The whole set fight, that was a little bit controversial. I give him his credit though, but I wanted to take people back to the knockdown, which that knockdown was kind of what changed everything for me, because I'd never been dropped, man, in a fight. So for me to be dropped in a fight, and it happened in the beginning of the round of the fight, it put me in a place to where it got me wondering how good was my chin. Even after the fight, I was still a little bit skeptical, as in, how good is my chin really? And it set me back, man. I haven't still participated since that one fight. So it set me back. I wanted to remind people that even if you need some time off, to get your thoughts back together, to find that hunger again, take it. But as long as you come back and you look for it, you gotta make it worth your while. So that was the first video, and the second video was just a reminder, man, just a reminder to all these guys in Border Wars that I do got power. I dropped somebody at heavyweight. Yeah, man, I'm back. I'm gonna be around. I've been around for a while. Like I said, I'm the most active Border Wars fighter. So yeah, man, I'm back, and I'm just gonna remind these guys that I got power, and I'm a force to be reckoned with.
Hey, quick question.
Name for you, man.
Yeah, I got a question. What's going on? It's Francis, all the way from Toronto, Canada. Listen, are you saying that you got your bell rung and you needed to wait for shakeout a little bit before you got back in there and got back on the bike? Because we heard Sony, who also got his bell rung. Yeah. He got back in there recently, right, after taking a little bit of a hiatus, and he got back on the horse and started to, to ride again. So just talk to us a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, you know what? Because that weekend was crazy. It was that weekend that I fought Anthony. It was actually the same weekend that Anthony Joshua fought Ruiz, right?
Right.
Where he got caught with a punch similar to the one that I got caught, where it was on the temple. And it just kind of, your legs just give out. Luckily, I got back up and I was able to recuperate. But when I saw the replay, actually, and I saw it recently, because I did see it when I lost that fight. But that same day, I flew out with my family. We had like a Disneyland trip. So I didn't pay too much attention to it until recently. I watched it in slow motion. As you guys saw it, I posted it on my video. And I saw that punch, it wasn't a punch behind the head, but it was a combination of me kind of moving my head and him just catching me at the right place, that caused kind of for me to lose kind of like my legs, because it was weird. I wasn't hurt, like like that punch. I've been hit harder. It was just at the right place.
So basically, you're saying you got caught by a lucky punch from the gods.
There you go. It was a unicorn punch, maybe, man. It was
Oh
a
wow.
unicorn
Oh, so he's being trained. So now we're doing unguarded fighter trainer. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you before Francis jumped in, man. You spoke about stepping away and that fight particularly keeping you away. What exactly kept you away specifically? Like, what do you mean that fight kept you away? Was it, the fear of losing again? Was it the conversation you had to have with your wife and children about doing this again after 2 losses? What do you mean it kept you away? And how long exactly? Because I think you're coming up on a year, right? Or more than a year?
Yeah, I think it's been a year, man. I haven't really looked at the calendar as into how long it has been. But yeah, it kept me away because I've never, like I said, I've never been dropped in sparring or in a border wars fight. So that's kind of what kept me away, and I didn't want to come back to have another loss. So I kind of wanted to plan my comeback fight, to make sure that it was something that was worth me taking. Like the Danny ring walk Danny fight, right? It makes sense to me in the sense that Danny's coming off a win. I know another fight was offered to me with the Sean Jones, but Sean is coming off a loss. No disrespect to him, but I'm coming off a loss too, right? So it doesn't make sense for both of us to cancel each other out. Plus, Sean is 6'3", man. If I'm gonna fight somebody who's 6'3", I'd rather fight Mr. Gibbs for the IBF title, man.
Yeah, I was wondering, Sean is pretty big. You're gonna get in there with someone like him. You got to make sure you got some sort of hardware on the line. But Ringwalk Danny, now do you think that Ringwalk is gonna put the same type of fight that he put up versus Machine Gun Matt all those years ago in Texas, same hometown arena where you're gonna be facing him?
I mean, in a way, it seems like that's kind of maybe the mentality he's bringing. I haven't seen any work from him. I haven't seen any training. I haven't seen any sparring from him. On his Facebook, I kind of caught a little bit of him working out with a pro. But we're ready for both. If he wants to bring that same kind of fight, the brawler, or if he wants to all of a sudden learn how to box, we're ready for that too.
Ooh, I love the way you put that in there. And let me jump in there real quick there, Ness, because, I got to get to Mr. S.O.G himself here. Give us a little take on what kind of training do you do for this training camp versus the last 2 training camps, or the last training? Let's go with the last training camp that you had. What have you done differently in this camp in terms of your workouts?
My workouts, well, they have changed due to COVID. I'm working from home now. So I get to sneak in little workouts, like during my lunch. I can do a little session with MIDI. They're short, but
so what would those sessions consist of? If you don't mind me asking, is it consist of like explosion? Is it consist of cardio? Like what did it consist? Weights, push? Like what are they consist of?
Yeah, it's a little bit of high intensity interval training, a little bit of that, and also a little bit of shadow boxing, a little bit of explosive training, like you were mentioning. So it's a little bit of everything with those.
Awesome. Go ahead, Ness.
Well, I wanted to know more about opponent selection. Like you said, you didn't choose Sean for reasons you just mentioned about coming off a loss. You wanted Enrique, though. And obviously, guys like Jose. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you might have even told me the rematch with Ant. I'm not sure. I feel like Ant is the one that didn't want to do that rematch. I feel like he mentions your power whenever the rematch is brought up. Like, I don't want to fight Cruz. He hits hard, and kind of laughs it off. How difficult was it for you to not only find an opponent, but make the decision on this particular person, Daniel Alvarez, a.k.a. Ringwalk Danny from Las Vegas?
Yeah, well, it came down to a couple of opponents, right? There was also Robert Ortiz, who hasn't fought, but he's always wanted to fight.
So how serious was that? Because, like you said, he hasn't fought, but he always wanted to fight, and it just seems like no one can actually get this guy in the ring.
It was pretty serious. I was talking to him. I was talking to Eddie, who BDG, who's supposedly his manager, and it was pretty serious. But it got down to the point where I had talked to him, and you had mentioned up Danny as well, and I reached out to Danny, and Danny right away without hesitating, he's like, yeah, let's do this. So I reached out back to Ortiz, and Ortiz was like, well, I have options, and you know how he is when he becomes a diva. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with Danny just because I just feel like you're gonna make it impossible to
So
fight.
because Danny said yes so quick, to me it seems that he might be looking at you a little bit like a cherry with the quick
Whoa.
response, like the quick trigger off the draw, like, oh, you want to fight me? Yeah, 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 I want to fight you. Like he didn't even give you a chance to finish the sentence. He already like, yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it.
Well, I mean, I am coming off with two losses. Some people might see me as a cherry. So if he does, then hey, I welcome it, man.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, let me ask you a quick question with regards to preparation, right? So a lot of the people out there came and talked about like fighters sacrifices and all that, yeah. And yesterday was Thanksgiving, man. So what was the impact of that celebration on your diet and your preparation, just being like a week away and knowing that you have to make weight? So what kind of sacrifices have you had to make for Thanksgiving, or were you
Uh,
okay and you could just eat whatever you wanted?
no, I'm not. I'm not okay to be able to eat whatever I want because I do love food, right? I know a lot of people say they love food, but with me, like, with me and my wife, right, we love food. We love food so much that we have gone to Vegas because she's been craving a restaurant, and we've flown back the same day,
Whoa.
just to try that food that she wanted.
I'm on that
Um,
type of time too, Eric. Don't
Damn.
worry.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
so
Damn.
a
so
you're a bowler as well, man.
Hell yeah,
Only
you a
bowlers do
baller.
things like that,
You
man.
want to have dinner in Vegas, baby? Let's go. I love it.
nah, man. You know how they say, happy wife, happy life. So yeah. But yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough. Yesterday I did. I'm not gonna lie. I did have some Thanksgiving food, but it wasn't what I usually do. It was like half of the portion that I usually get, and I actually spend it at home with my wife and my daughter. So
I never
it's been tough.
understood that though. I never understood like it's Thanksgiving, you're on a diet. It doesn't mean you can't eat. It's all about portion size. It's like the meat,
Right.
the meat for Thanksgiving doesn't all of a sudden get any more fattening or less fattening. Actually, turkey is healthier than most meats. It's
Yes, it
processed
is.
is
But
better.
it's indulgence, right? So
Yeah,
you,
but
you know that those days like Thanksgiving, Christmas, you overindulge
You gotta
because
loosen the belt a little bit
you
after you
have
eat.
people around you, right? Like you
exactly.
feel like you have to eat everything that's on the table, right? So
It's funny,
Yeah.
man. I,
No.
I I literally had one plate yesterday. Yeah, my girl loaded it up with a little bit of everything, but I left a lot. Like she put like 4 chicken wings, left those there. I didn't touch that. I'm a ham, like ham, turkey, some arroz and guandula. So what was on your plate? What did you allow yourself to eat? Any carbs on that plate for Thanksgiving, or did you also, just eat like meat and vegetables?
No, I didn't eat meat and veg. I mean, well, potato is a vegetable, right? So I guess
Mhm.
I had some vegetables. I had some potatoes in there,
Okay.
but I had a
hey,
little bit of mac and cheese, a little bit of
All right.
turkey, ham,
Oh, so yeah,
oh,
some
Get him,
mac and
cornbread.
cheese.
coach. Get him, coach.
You had
he,
some
he, he
mac and
didn't he didn't
cheese.
tell me all that, He didn't tell me all that. He told me something about sweet potato to
Get him,
start with. I
coach.
was like, okay, that's all right. And then now he says
Something
potatoes.
like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. Potato's the cousin of sweet potato, man.
Oh, okay.
So they got
So
the
what
same
kind, what type
properties.
of music do you listen to when you're training, when you're running or when you're working out that gives you motivation or calms you down or whatever?
Them long runs, man. You've been doing a lot of miles for this camp too, man. Touch on that.
Yeah, I don't really listen to music that much. What I do listen to is like sermons, or I listen to the Boxing Boys podcast. Those are the two things that I listen to and kind of keep me focused and on what I want to do.
Okay.
Wow.
And how many miles you think you put in for? I mean, I know you don't have to think because you actually have it tracked both with Apple Watch and Map My Fitness. So how many miles you put in for this camp?
Mm. I would probably say between 30 and 40, which is kind of the norm. I did do, I think, the most in 1 week. This time, I did 20 miles in 1 week when I did the Coach Midi Challenge. I'm gonna call it that. Um, so yeah, I've been running a lot, but I've been trying to focus more on those hit workouts. I noticed that they kind of increase my heart rate to a different
Yes.
level than running does. So yeah, it's been good.
You know, Coach Doomy used to live by those hit workouts. He felt like the high intensity training replicated the heart rate in the ring. Now that you're getting a lot more frequent sparring from when you first became a Border Wars fighter, do you agree with that? Do you think that the hit training helps you more in terms of stamina in the ring?
Yeah, I do agree with it because I noticed that my cardio went up like in 2 weeks. It just went up by a lot, like a lot. Like 'cause I've been training with Chach, and I've been kind of shadowing his workouts. You know, he has that amateur experience, so he also kind of gives me tips on what he does. So I've been shadowing some of his workouts, and we do time our workouts. So at the beginning, whenever I started, I kind of noticed what I was able to do, and now I'm like almost twice as that as my time has gotten better.
Let me ask you a question. When you're running, oh, sorry, did you have a follow up, Ness?
No, no,
No,
no. Just
when you're
impressed.
running,
I
do
love
you
that
in-
he, is,
do you,
is recording everything. I think that's important.
okay. When you're running, do you increase your speed, the pace at which you run, as your miles accumulate?
Yeah, it depends what I'm doing, right? Whenever I'm doing like long distance, I try to focus on my time, not as much. But whenever I'm doing, for example, Coach Mitty has me running 3 miles as fast as I can. So on those days, yeah, I definitely look at my time, try to beat my time every time. So
The
yeah,
reason
it
why
depends
the
on the
So,
reason,
workout.
the reason why I asked you that because I know you said it, when you're running it gets your heart rate up, and I feel like whenever I'm running I try to as much as possible push the time, push the name the time, but push myself. Like I know when my heart rate is being raised, I can feel it in my body as I'm moving and my legs are moving. I try to like sprint either out the last mile. Next time I might sprint the last 1.2 miles, but eventually I'm trying to sprint the whole thing. Like I'm trying to get at my optimum speed as if I was on the treadmill. But I just wanted to ask you because this different because soccer is different. But that's just
Right,
like
right.
some of my soccer training. I just wanted to get your take on the hit training because hit training is very, very, very good, and I'm glad that you implement it because those 2 minute rounds are gonna go fast, right? They go fast.
Yeah,
so
yeah, for sure.
Cruz, what is the, I guess, what's the plan? Because I don't know. I feel like you. Well, I guess at one point you fought for the world title, right? Because I feel like you're fluctuating so many different weights. Do you have a, like your stable mate? He's starting to
Yeah,
become this blue chipper. Marvin. He started at 240. Now we know him as this 185 fighter, and now he's even throwing out in the universe 175. Do you have a division that you want to take over, or are you just kind of Caneloing, looking for the biggest fight in depending the division? Because I know you fought a heavyweight once, then
right.
you're willing to fight Robert Ortiz. So it's like, are you just looking for the biggest fight, and no division really matters to you? What's the goal?
Yeah, the end goal is obviously what has always been for me in Border Wars, which is to lose weight, right? So I'm also getting at that point where I'm kind of noticing that we have new talent coming in, right? And these guys have amateur backgrounds and they're really good. So yes, the goal is to lose weight and also kind of Canelo it, like you mentioned it, and just pick the biggest fights. Because there's some guys coming in that they're 0-0 and they're really good. So just based on the records, I can't pick those guys for me to fight. I
Definitely.
do have more experience than they do in Border Wars, so I kind of have to, yeah, pick my fights.
It sounds more like inside the ring, more like the Adrian Broner route. Like, outside the ring, you're very different characters, but inside the ring, like you started off like your Border Wars career as being one of the top fighters, winning everything. Now you
Yeah.
just like, you faced a little bit of adversity, but now you're back on it, right? Just going back into your weight loss journey and trying to get the biggest fights. That's looks like a Broner roadmap to me, man.
Bro.
I don't
Oh
know.
man,
I
I don't
don't
know if
like
that's
the
a good
Broner.
thing.
Yeah, right, Cruz.
I
I
don't
don't
know if
like
that's
the
a good
Broner
thing.
analogy, man. Uh,
Hey, he still gets the big fights, man. He's still a big name. Like that's what Cruz is, man. Like a
no,
big name in there, man.
and
That
from
is
that
true.
aspect, absolutely. But Broner's losing those big fights. I want to see Cruz, win those big fights, man.
He will, he
So,
will.
I know probably they're gonna ask you this in your unguarded questions, but I want to ask, man. Politics aside, what's your next three? Who you want?
Oh, well, see, I got to win this one, right? I got to focus on this one. But my next three would probably be I want Keem. I want to fight Keem.
Whoa!
Um, I wouldn't say Jose because he's retired. Enrique's retired too. Um, so I'm gonna say Keem. I want my rematch with Ant. I got to get that back. And I'm gonna say Sal.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
a good three-fight wish list.
yeah, that's a good three fights, man. I'm not looking for tune-ups. I'm looking for and I picked those three guys just because I feel they're good. I feel
No,
they're real
hell yeah,
good. They'll challenge me.
those are good
And
fights. I have a non-stop smile. Those are good fights. I don't know that I would have been as excited had you said Jose and Enrique and then Keem, Maybe I would have still been happy, like, oh, all right. Because I know Enrique is a big puncher. I kind of always wanted that matchup between you and him. I know you've been chasing him, and he kind of sees you as this little guy, but
yeah,
I kind of see you as way more skilled than Enrique. Like, I think what Enrique has over you is going to be weight and power. But
yeah.
can he put it
I don't know
together
about weight.
on you? He's pretty heavy. I mean, I get you, but you're shorter, right? What are you, 5'6", 5'7"? You like Mario,
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
like 5'6".
Enrique's your weight, but then he's tall, man. He's like 5'10", 6 feet on a good day.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's what he
He
said.
just has no head movement, man. But yeah,
I
Hey,
hear you. You're right.
Oh, no
No,
head
he's right.
movement.
He's right. He's right.
Damn.
he's got
Enrique
that
be like,
bobblehead head movement, man.
I can't wait to meet everybody down there in Dallas, man.
Yo. So wow, okay, that's a great 3-fight plan. Wow, that means you know what, man, Keem might, yeah, you guys might fight sooner than later, man. And you know what, two guys that definitely will show up, so there will be no risk of last week pullouts. But go ahead, Mitty.
Yeah.
which one out of those three is the most challenging to you, right? Who do you think is going to give you the toughest test?
Honestly, I think probably Ant will. Well, see, that's a tough question to answer because I think Ant, only because he's a more athletic guy and he has a weird fighting stance. So I would say Ant, but at the same time, I do have that advantage that I already know what to expect from him. Um, but I'm still gonna stick with Ant only because he's getting surgery and he might come out as a new man. You never know.
Do you
Okay.
think? Do you think he comes back though? I mean, Ant has been gone for a while himself, right? Like, I mean, I guess he has that one more fight than you, but it's been since his loss to Marvin, and even before that, he was kind of, he's only got three
Well,
fights.
yeah, but if you remember, he was back on this last Border Wars. It's just his opponent, I think, pulled out.
No, no,
Um,
no, no. He pulled out
Ant's
on this one.
injury.
And
Ant had an
had
injury.
no,
three
no, not this one.
injuries.
The Pittsburgh one. Didn't he show up to
Yes,
Pittsburgh?
Yeah, he showed up.
Sonny pulled out. You're right.
Yeah, yeah. So Ant is one of the guys that I respect a lot because that's the second one that he shows up to where his opponent doesn't show up
Yeah,
and he continues to participate. So I
Yeah,
got
I
much
agree.
love for Ant, man.
yeah.
I think we're just saying that he's got a lot of wear and tear on his body, and we don't know if he can hold up like a full training camp, without picking up an injury, right? But hey,
Yeah.
I hope he can. I'm sure he'll show up, and you're right. That's probably one of the toughest fights. So yeah.
He's gonna be like Kell Brook, man. He's gonna have all kind of metal body parts.
He's a broken man.
He already
broken
got
down. There you go.
they changed it his Achilles with some rubber bands and shit.
Exactly. Some resistant bands or something like that.
Yeah. So Cruz, man, I gotta ask you, man. Even though this is now gonna be your fifth, actually, let's talk about that, man. Let's talk about the fact that it pains me to say it, honestly.
Yeah.
Not with any jealousy or anything like that, but I wanted to accomplish that. I wanted to achieve that, and that's why I'm hoping to get 4 fights next year. But you are, with this fight, gonna be the most active fighter in Border Wars, and again, I'm saying that with a huge smile. I don't know. Was that by design? Is it coincidental? Talk to me.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's not coincidental. It is by design, man. I love this Border Wars. I've always loved to fight. I love the competition and I love the motivation. Whenever I get a fight, it motivates me to go to the gym, start working out, start hitting the heavy bag. So I love Border Wars. So that's just every time that there's one, I've always tried to push myself to join one, even when it's been impossible to do it. Like the last one, my wife was like right about to give birth. Well, not the last one in Pittsburgh, but the one in Dallas. We were my first boy was going to be born like I think a week before after, and I was still trying to join Border Wars. Right, last minute I decided to pull out. But yeah, I just love it, man. I love the camaraderie. I love meeting new people. Um, so yeah, I just love the whole environment, the whole experience. I love it, man.
Do you consider yourself right now, like if you won this last fight versus ringside, and you're like, you know what, I'm hanging it up. Do you think your first ballot Border Wars Hall of Fame?
Oh, for sure, man. No doubt. No doubt.
Ah, talk that
No
mess.
doubt, man.
Talk
I'm
that
one of the
mess.
first ones. I'm one of the first ones, man. Yeah, people kind of forget sometimes my whole history of Border Wars, right? Like my first Border
Yes.
Wars, I showed up. I didn't have an opponent. I didn't know who I'm fighting with. All of a sudden, it's like, hey, you're fighting this amateur guy who, by the way, just stopped somebody in the second round. Yeah, you got to fight him next, So,
With no
so yeah,
mouthpiece.
And you've got to
yeah, with
add,
no
he's
mouthpiece.
not turned pro. He's actually now a pro
Yeah.
fighter. So you have
Yeah,
a win over a pro fighter,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. The guy that you
yeah,
beat
yeah,
your first Border Wars is now a pro fighter. And you
yeah,
guys are
Was it
yeah.
a
friends on
stoppage or
Facebook.
did you give him like a standing 8 count or something like that?
Definitely like a standing 8, right? I remember you really hurting them with some of those
Yeah.
Yeah,
overhands.
I think I think you just went to the judges
Okay.
back then. And then my second fight was versus Sack. The guy that you took 3 rounds. I finished him in two. Had to do a little bit better job than you did.
Okay.
Yo, he's a
You
writer. He's
know.
a boxing writer. You see how he said that? The guy I took 3 rounds. Yo.
Yeah, he finished your dinner for you because you played with your
Bruh,
food.
there was no context. There was no context in that statement. Everybody knows that should have been stopped.
tell him, Cruz, he played with his
Yeah,
food and you had to
Ke-
finish it for him.
Kevin
yeah, man.
Cunningham. Kevin Cunningham cheated for Zach, man. Come on, they
We don't
robbed me
get
of a
paid for
knockdown.
overtime over here, man.
No, I hear you. Listen, you a killer. You a killer, man. You a killer.
Nah,
And
gotta
that's
be
why I
known.
wanted you to kind of say, you know, who you've been in with, right? Because, I can paint a more dangerous picture. It's like you go in there with a guy you don't know. He won a WBC amateur tournament. He won a TMT amateur tournament, and before he faces you, he stops Shandu. You get in there, you beat this amateur who turns around and becomes a pro. Then, after that, it's like you said, you fight one of my opponents at heavyweight. So you move up to heavyweight just to get a fight. After that, you go on in a unification, right, with Jose.
Well, it's all right.
Did he have both belts or you came in there with the ring?
I had the ring belt, and
Okay.
he had the miniature WBC belt.
So what happened in that one, man? What happened in that one? Cruz?
Shots
'Cause
fired.
He
No,
took
but-
your belt, so you can't really call it
I-
miniature because he took your belt.
Ooh.
He took my belt, but I took his career, man. He hasn't fought since then.
True. You sound like
Ooh.
Danny and Thurman right now.
But didn't he fight? So he fought you after he got DQ'd against Enrique.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And he hasn't fought since then.
Yeah.
You sent him into retirement, I see.
But that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
But think about it, Francis. All big fights, right? So he fought Jose from Canada, and that's why Francis is sticking up because they're Canadians. But he fought Jose
Yeah, okay,
from
I see that.
Canada for the unification.
Hey, Ned, stop putting words in my mouth. I keep telling you
What
stop
you
putting
mean
words in
words?
my mouth, man.
Ain't you from Canada?
Yeah, but who's
Aight.
else sticking up for him though? Chill.
It sound like you did. You like, he took your belt. He took your belt. Canada.
But he did take the belt though. That's facts.
And then you said, "Oh, Canada," So listen. Anyway,
Yeah.
so after that unification, you had another unification, right? Or was it a vacant title shot? And once again, Jose kind of intervened. You were supposed to be fighting Ant for the vacant straps that were stripped from Jose in New Jersey when you fought Ant, right?
Yeah, it was something like that, man. I forgot exactly what happened, but yeah, it was something like that. I was supposed to fight Ant for I think it was unification, a mandatory shot. I forgot exactly what it was.
But all big fights because Ant at the time when you faced him was 2-0, maybe?
Yeah, he was 2-0.
Or 1-0, right? 1-0, you were his second fight, then Marvin third fight. So he was 1-0 when you
Yeah.
faced him, but considered one of the most dangerous for sure. And that was another big fight. Like I said, it was either, I know it should have been for the belts. We know that's why we
Yeah.
had a little bit of a fallout with Jose, but so it should have been for the belts. So all your fights kind of have been significant ones. Now you're taking on Ring Walk Danny. How do you think that he I guess, differs from any of your other past opponents?
Great question.
He differs in the way that I don't have much footage on him, right? Even in his first Border Wars, there wasn't any of him training. So he's more like a brawler. I guess he's relying on his talent, or maybe just trying to work behind the scenes and not let me know exactly what he's doing. So I guess that's the only difference about him. That other than his fight, which doesn't really give me much to go off of, because his opponent kind of determines a lot on how he fought. Um, so yeah, it doesn't give me a lot to go off of, but that would be the only difference.
Are you expecting the best ring walk Danny, seeing that he hopefully he'll come in not expecting you to perform the same during your loss, but to be a better you?
Yeah, I'm expecting the best. I got to expect the best ring walk Danny, right? I can't assume that he's not working out. So I'm expecting him to come in the best shape that he's been, or at least the best shape he can get in 6 weeks, and I'm gonna give the best of me.
Okay. You know what? You're doing better than your coach. Mitty's your coach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing better than your coach because all he's doing is fight inactivity. So it's all good.
Fighting
Oh man,
inactivity.
he gets a couple of bye weeks, man. He's got a couple of big wins. He gets bye weeks.
He's taking us speed. Man, that pound for pound list got cobwebs because of Mitty over there. But go on, Cruz. It's about you, Cruz. Go
Yo,
ahead, Cruz.
you could only hope to get on the list, man. You're a good talker.
I know.
Pound for pound
Yeah.
talker
I know.
right here.
I know.
We got Dennis in Tampa who says, "How do you relate your calling to serve God with your calling to box? Do they clash, as in you don't want to hurt anyone, or do they complement each other? If so, how? Thanks. Much respect, champion Dennis in Tampa."
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Because growing up, I've always loved boxing, but due to my parents being pastors, they kind of frowned upon it. So I never got to get into sport until I was older, kind of out of my house. And decided to choose my own things. And I got into boxing then. Thanks to you guys also, because I've been a long time listener of the Boxing Boys, and it doesn't conflict with each other, right? Because yes, Border Wars is about fighting each other, right? But it's also about creating a community and a group of friends, a group of brothers behind the scenes that I love, and honestly, it's kind of a getaway for me every now and then. I'm human just like everybody else, and sometimes I need to reach out to people that maybe don't look at me in that spiritual level where somebody from the church would, and can kind of give me a different point of view. So that's how it works in my favor. And also, I feel like people they feel free to reach out to me whenever they're going through something, and that's what I'm here for. So I'm glad to help people out, and I'm also I love it whenever I can use it as an escape to kind of communicate with other people in the Border Wars family.
We got Tony Yoka's little brother who says
Tony
Jesus was a cheek turner. Is that part of the game plan? Ha ha! Only messing around. On a serious note, did you always have your eyes set on ringside, Danny? Or is he that innocent bystander who has to pay for the damage caused to your reputation by Ant and Jose?
I'm not gonna say I've always had my eyes set on him, but he's been one of the opponents that I've always wanted to get in the ring with, kind of like Enrique, kind of like Jose and Sal and all those guys. None of those other guys were available, so that's why I'm fighting ringside. But if is he gonna be an innocent bystander? I don't think he's gonna be innocent, but we'll see.
We got Ambrose in Texas who says, "Who are some of the fighters you are influenced by or like to base your style on? Best of luck to you and your opponent. Blessings."
The fighters that I like, right, is like Triple. I love Triple G. Everybody know I'm a huge Triple G fan. I try to make it out to most of his fights if I can. I like Canelo style as well. You could say I like the brawlers. I like Wilder, for that reason, just because he has that power. Yeah, boxing is beautiful, Mayweather and all that stuff is good, but I like to see knockouts. I like to see, action. So yeah, those are some of the guys. I like AJ as well, man. He's got power.
Oh, so you like the guys with power?
Yeah, there you go. I like the guys with power, not the
I
guys that kind
see.
of like to move and dance too much.
So
I
he
see. I
don't
see.
like you, champ.
I see.
Yo, and by champ, I'm talking to Mitty. Ah, no, I'm fucking with you.
Nah, Mitty's got power. He's putting his
Yo.
opponents down too, man. I
Ness,
seen
Ness, you
it.
got it. Midi? Oh yeah, I got nothing to say.
Yo, that's what Doomy says. Doomy calls him pillow fisted, man.
Nah, I've been
Yo,
in the ring with Mitty. He's got power.
nah, I know he does. I seen Sal's face. Um, real Naja chick. I thought you performed brilliantly against Anthony Edwards. Coming back from that knockdown, you won the next 2 rounds on my card. Are you interested in that rematch, or do you have your sight set on others? If so, who?
Oh, shout out to Real Niger Chick. That's my friend right there. Yeah, of course, I want the rematch with Ant, right? He's not at 100% right now, and whenever he is, we can discuss that. And I got to be at 100%. Like the way that I took this fight on a 6 weeks notice, and I had some personal issues going on with my side of the family. I got to be at 100%. I can't take a fight with Ant, kind of at a mediocre camp. So I got to be at my best. So yeah, we got to run that back.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait
So
a
let me
minute.
ask. So let me ask. Okay, go ahead.
Champ. Oh. So, are you trying to say this is a mediocre camp and Ring Walk Danny is actually a COVID fight? Are you Daniel Jacobs, Gabriel Rosado? Like, this the perfect fight to come out of COVID?
Um, yeah, I mean, no, I'm saying Ant isn't that. That's what I'm saying. Ant is not a ring walk Danny. That's what I'm saying.
Wow. So, Ring Walk Danny, you could beat in 6 weeks, and you need a full camp.
I mean, Ant's got more experience, right? Ant has 3 fights. Ringwalk only has one, so that should kind of tell you who would I need more experience with, also in the gym.
Definitely,
Hey,
definitely.
man.
Just
You
wanted to
guys
make sure
always
I
say,
heard it.
right? It's about situation and circumstances, man. Like, so, yeah, man. Yeah. I see what he's saying.
No, me too. But I had to paint the picture for the listener that may not be able to connect those dots. Not everyone knows everyone's schedule and resume, and I just want to make sure that they understand that he's letting us know that Ringwalk Danny is a perceived COVID fight. It's kind of like what Daniel Jacobs did on the press conference with him and Gabe Rosado. He's like, Gabe Rosado is the perfect fight to be coming out of COVID with, and then I look for a title shot. So I'm assuming after this, you're looking for bigger fights, like you said earlier in the interview. Nothing wrong with that. Listen,
Right.
this is boxing. Not everybody can be a world champion, and not everybody can be a contender. It's up to Danny to prove you wrong, because you're the one underestimating him, if anything. Not underestimating like that, but what I
Yeah.
mean is you're the one saying you can beat him in 6 weeks. We got another one from Jimmy D. Hello, first.
Jose, okay.
Jose.
Yeah, that's Jose's undercover account. But go ahead, my bad.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. He's been a Patreon for 2 months.
Too much.
2 months. 2
Okay.
months. 2 months.
Alright.
But Jimmy
Go
D
ahead, go ahead.
says, "Hello. First of all, I am a big fan of yours as a person and a boxer. My question is the following. After hearing the ridiculous excuses of Wilder, are you embarrassed as a man for not admitting the Canadian Jose beat you? The excuses and not admiring you, I guess he's meant to put your loss, is the same as Wilder, not admitting defeat. And not giving true credit is akin to not accepting reality. Best of luck with your tune-up fight with that silly opponent." Well, I thought he said he was your friend. Yeah, I guess that's that.
Yeah, that's Jose.
That's
But let me
definitely
let me answer
Jose.
that question. Let me answer that question. Right, the difference between Wilder and I, right, is nobody thought Wilder won that fight. Um, so he has all these reasons on why he think he won that fight, and I'm talking about Wilder. And the difference between me and Jose is there's plenty of people who thought I won that fight. I haven't even brought that fight up again. Like I told Jose, he's got the W over me. I'll give him that. I only bring it up whenever he tries to rub it in my face to say that he beat me from pillar to post, which never happened. So that's the only time I'll address that fight. But I'll give Jose his credit that he beat me. He has the W over me. That's fine.
All right. We have Eddie Bola de Grasa Nevarez out of Las Vegas, team captain out there. He says, what up, legend? You've been a part of Border Wars since the beginning. Tell me, how do you feel about how much it has grown, not only in popularity, but in competition? Do you find motivation in the levels going up, or feel like you're in over your head like a certain Canadian friend we all know? Good luck, man.
Oh man, I'm definitely proud to see how Border Wars has grown right from the beginning to now. We had very few weight classes. Now we have plenty of them. We have a lot of people joining in. I think for this card, when it originally got announced, it was like 10 fights. So that's huge. Back then, when we first started, it was like maybe 4 fights, and there wasn't even a weigh-in. So it has grown tremendously. I have seen the level of competition grow, like BDG says, but no, it's definitely motivation. It's motivation to me to see Marvin, how he started with me, sparring in the backyard, going to parks and stuff like that. And look at Marvin now; he's going to R&R, sparring pros, and he's definitely getting bigger, man. So that's definitely huge motivation.
So I have a question on that front, man. Like, what's going on when you're sparring Marvin right now? Like, who gets the upper hand?
Oh, it's always oh man, that's a
Why
good
you
question.
getting all
Oh, he
cheeky?
started.
Why you getting all cheeky over there?
It's me. See, the thing with me and Marvin is we know we sparred so many times that we know each other's weakness, I guess, or you could say we
Did
kind
he
of know
try to
each
hit you with
other's.
his little special move he's practicing? You seen his
No,
Lulu?
he didn't.
He ain't
He
try to
didn't try to
combo
hit me
on
with a
you?
special move. He tried to hit me with an uppercut that I was like, bro, you trying to get a highlight out of me or what's going on here, man? I was like, you missed me. He missed me with it, but I'm like, whoa, you trying to hold my head there? What's going on? You're trying to get a highlight out of me, but no. In all seriousness, his cardio is way better than before. Like I got in the ring with him, and yeah, his cardio from his previous Border Wars is 10 times better.
Yeah, I mean, he said he was doing like 6 rounds the other day or something like crazy like that, man.
You,
Yeah.
you guys were the first one, like in Border was one, right? You guys were the ones like sparring in the grass, right? You were
Yeah,
joking
Yeah.
about that, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that was us.
You used to beat Marvin, I remember. I remember those sparring. I thought like, you were the one with the little edge on it. Like, I don't know. That's why I
Yeah.
wanted to know what's going on now.
I'll send you some clip later, Mitty.
Ah!
Oh,
Nah,
Uh-oh.
nah, man.
They gonna say they stable
it's all
mates,
good
Jamal
work.
you
and
know what I'm
Janelle.
saying? Yes, later.
It's all good work,
This
man.
is
It's all good work.
Laura and Jamal. They can't fight. They trained by Ronnie. Yo,
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards comes in. Actually, it's Big Supermax first, who says, "What's up, champ? Thanks for always being a supporter and a motivator of me and my brother. We are looking forward to getting the stoppage win over Danny. My question is, what would you like your future to be in Border Wars? Much love, brother. 4 Horsemen."
Man, my future in Border Wars. First of all, shout out to Supermax. I've always try to motivate him. Just the same way, I got people that motivate me, like Coach Mitty. He stays on me. So the future that I want to for me to be in Border Wars is kind of as a team captain, right? Yeah, I want to fight, but I love to get other people involved with the whole process, and for other people to experience what I experienced with it, and for them to enjoy the benefits of it, and for them to see kind of what it's done for me. I'm kind of doing that with Chach, where he's new to the whole Border Wars environment, and I think that he's enjoying it as much as he is because I kind of fill him into what does it bring, and the whole Border Wars community. So yeah, that's my outlook on it.
Jumping in again, like, so what is your view on Chat, right? So obviously you're training with him,
Yeah.
you've had like a little bit of sparring with him. Are you impressed? And what do you think of his chances in his own fight? I know that's your
I'm
own Border
impressed.
Wars, but it's interesting. We want to get the insight from the
Yeah.
camp and for
Stablemate.
stablemate knowing each other, right? So
Yeah, no, it's my Unguarded, but every time I join Border Wars, man, it's to see other fights as well, right? So yeah, in regards to Chach, he's He's good, man. Like he's one of the guys that I've gotten in the rings with, and I'm like, he's shown me a different level. Like Marvin has shown me a different level in his cardio, right? Which is good, but Chach has shown me a different level in regards to skills. I've sparred him for like maybe like 8 rounds. But at the beginning, he like in one round, he gave me like 5 different styles, and I could tell he was doing it on purpose, right, to throw me off my game plan. And he finished the round with my own style, which was crazy to me. Like nobody fights me with my own style. So yeah, he's
Wait,
good.
wait, wait. What you mean by your own style? What did he do? So he went all out in the last round. He turned it up. What did he do?
No, well, the way that I fight is I kind of put my left hand down and I keep my other hand up, right? And he approached me with that same style, and he was touching me up. So it was like, okay, so he can do what I can do, and he's a great guy. Like a lot of, he was teaching me a lot of stuff too, right? Like, hey, you could do this and this better. Not a lot of people do that in sparring. They're trying to see how they can improve themselves. And Chach was the opposite. He was giving me a lot of tips. So he's really good, man. I'm really excited to see that fight just because I know Sean is skilled, but man, Chach is he's up there, man. He's up there.
I said that the minute I seen that sparring, I seen how he was like on the tippy toes, how he could
Yeah,
switch styles, how he was so you could see the confidence,
he conserves
and
his energy very well.
yeah, he's fighting Sean, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So that
Sean.
should be a good fight.
I hope Sean comes prepared. I think the Sean's downfall is he trains himself. That's what I remember
Yeah,
from the first fight. I remember seeing his brother doing pad work with him. I know that he got to go and spar JD, and I think JD was gonna help him this time again. So hopefully, that's the case, so that they can be prepared. Team Texas is growing though. Wow. I mean,
it is.
you talked about being a kind of like a captain in the future. Talk about how big. Yo, it's a lot of people in Texas. Lot of fighters from Texas, man. A lot of fighters from
It
Texas.
is. It is, and we just got Kendrick on board. I was
Yeah.
texting him the other day. He
I'm
wants to
actually
meet
mad
up and
about
get some
that.
work.
I'm actually mad about that because right away we finally got a new heavyweight. He's got all these muscles. I'm like, all right, this is my guy. Now you guys are gonna be teaching him, little secrets, and even
So
Oh
telling
what?
yeah,
them,
yeah,
So what?
and even telling them little secrets. You know what I
Quack,
mean?
quack. That's like
Yeah.
a
yeah.
chicken.
I got like eight
Yeah.
rounds on that. So whenever he came to Dallas, man, so we gonna go over that footage. We gonna review that blueprint right there.
Yeah, maybe in a chicken.
Yeah. Francis talking 0-0, man. 0
Yo,
and 0,
oh, it's
man.
easy to talk. Oh no, sitting on the
Hell yeah.
sidelines.
Talking about COVID and
If
all
you know,
this.
if you know how bad I want to get in there, you wouldn't even talk like that, boy. You better
Bruh,
relax.
how you want to get in there? Where's
Where
your
you joining,
training
Francis?
footage?
Next one?
Yeah, but what's stopping you then, Francis? Are
Pardon
you
me?
not gonna be? What's stopping
No,
you? You're
I
gonna
don't
be
do.
in Dallas, right?
No, I don't do nothing until I'm prepared, brother. Sorry. Don't care
Okay.
who like it,
Oh
who don't
man.
like it. Cause I don't
Oh, that
like. I
sounds
don't
like
like
You
excuses.
know what you
know what I'm
don't
saying?
do without preparing? You don't stop talking without preparing. So I don't know why you can't fight without preparing. You
No,
keep
but like,
Talking's what I.
why can't you?
Cause
Why couldn't
I
you
was
prepare?
born prepared to talk, brother. That's why I talk. It's
Yeah.
No, but
okay.
yo,
I understand.
Funny. You
Francis, you
tell.
say you don't like no excuses, but the reason that you're not joining Border Wars is an excuse,
No,
man.
no, I'm John Border Wars. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because you got to remember something. I don't play boxing. When I'm fighting, I don't play. So I'm not gonna
Yeah.
put myself in there. I got to put myself in the. I want to make sure that I turn every stone over to make sure I'm
I get
prepared.
it.
That when I lose, I lose.
I'm
And I
here.
got kids, bro. And don't get it twisted. I'm
I'm
stupid
here.
enough to jump
How
in
many
there and fight
excuses was
without
that?
any
No, no.
training.
How
No,
many
no, hold on. No, I'm
excuses?
stupid enough to jump in there and fight without any training. I have to stop myself to be smart. Don't play with
How
me.
many
No,
excuses
but I
did he
hear
just
you.
make?
Like, but why aren't you prepared? Like, didn't you pick the date for the event? And didn't you have like 6 weeks? Like,
No, because I was quarantined, brother. Canada is different. We on lockdown. Remember, Americans can't come. A lot of people can't come to Canada, so a lot of things over here is straight shut down over here, brother. There's no point
But
in
for
it,
the
and
next
it
one, the
and
next
it's
one,
snowing
yeah.
outside, so I can go run in the cold, no problem.
Rocky
That shit ain't
trained in
benefiting
the
me
run.
none. You know what I'm saying?
Rocky trained in the snow. Get out of here. You could train.
Yeah, I know, and he trained inside too. You running from the snow, so I don't know
Bruh,
why you talking.
You got a garage. Train in the garage. Karma Surge trains in the garage. You making
yeah,
excuses.
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I know.
You making excuses, man.
No comment on that.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Cruz. Now let's continue our cruise because it's his
All right.
unguarded. You ducking all kind of smoke, Ness. You waiting for you to get to Florida to work out
Bruh,
before. Oh my god, I need the
how-
heat because I'm good.
how am I-
My knees
how
are gonna
am I-
hurt. Listen,
how am
brother.
I ducking,
Hey,
man?
Cruz.
Yo,
Let me
this
tell you.
is
Let me ask
about
you something.
Cruz,
What does your
man.
diet
This is
look
about
like from
Cruz.
first fight to second fight? Like, what has Midi changed in your diet? Like, are you introducing fasting? Like, how you portion? Like, what has changed? Tell us about that.
Oh, actually, Mitty hasn't. He hasn't really. Can you still hear me? I think it cut off.
We hear you.
Yeah,
you go
Okay. Yeah, Mitty hasn't really given me a diet plan. Just because I've worked with him so much that I kind of know what I gotta eat and what I shouldn't eat. So my diet is looking Monday through Friday. I only eat fish, basically. I'll eat nothing but fish. I'll have some quinoa and some
What type? What
vegetables.
type of fish? Sorry, sir. What type of fish?
Salmon.
Okay, because certain fish have different like fats or different oils in them. That's why I asked. Sorry, I'm a
Yeah,
foodie,
yeah,
so you go with the salmon. Salmon is usually known to be a fattier fish,
yeah,
especially when you go with the belly side of it. So
yeah.
you'd have to work a little bit harder to get some of that fat out. So that's why I asked. Or is it
Good
that?
fat.
Is it that good fat? That's that good fat. Okay.
It's good.
I don't really like salmon myself, so that's why I asked. Yeah.
So you don't like it or you do?
No, I don't. I like my snapper fish. I'm Jamaican, so I like the snapper fish.
Oh,
Whole
okay,
fish.
okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I love it, but it's what helps me, drop the weight for sure.
Anything else
some
that
carbs.
anything else that you have taken out from your diet and has introduced, or any switches that we can that those out there that can use maybe?
Oh, you know what? I got a little hack. Nobody wants to do it though. I even challenged Coach Mitty. I drink a scoop of turmeric every day. It's not 1 cup. It's 1 teaspoon of turmeric.
Not tablespoon.
It's,
Or
it's,
tablespoon.
it's
How do
disgusting.
you get a tablespoon?
I do
Yeah,
I do the
tablespoon.
turmeric with the coconut oil and black pepper. Fire.
Yeah, but you do a tablespoon or you just
Yeah,
sprinkle some?
No, I do a tablespoon mix in
Oh,
coconut
okay.
oil and black pepper and
Yeah.
drink that. Yes, sir, man.
You mix it like
Okay.
just. He gets it raw. He gets like the spoon.
Yeah,
that's
and
what-
just
usually
put
get the
that.
scoop and put it in my
He's
mouth
drinking.
and
He's
just go.
drinking whatever to knock it down. I'm not drinking anything other than the
He's
coconut
not
oil.
drink. He's not drinking either. He's just taking a powder and just like drop it in his mouth like the turmeric. Crazy.
Cruz, you didn't wash down the powder?
Yeah, I gotta wash.
No,
it
it has to.
but-
You know, it
That's
has
what
to
I'm saying.
put
But I'm
water,
saying,
right?
yeah, that's
Come
what I'm
on,
saying.
man.
But my water or whatever you're talking about is just the coconut oil. So if you don't drink that fast, it just seizes right back up into oil.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it though. Anything else that any fruits or anything that you've added?
Breaking news, man. Breaking news. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. That was Ringwalk Danny. He said he just tried to call you, Cruz.
What's going on, man? He's
What
pulling
happened?
out or what?
He's pulling out. Air Force canceled his vacation time due to COVID. They don't want him going because of COVID and his position.
This guy wrestling his dogs.
Yo, she terrible, bro.
Yeah.
She's just too much. Something about the Air Force. He wanted to be the one to tell you, but since you ain't answer, he's telling me as the event promoter. And now we
Yeah.
have this situation. Wow, live in the middle of your Unguarded.
So immediate reaction, man.
I mean,
How
for
you
me,
taking that, man?
for me, my immediate reaction is Ambrose. But the question is, Ambrose is a guy that doesn't like fighting guys from Texas. He might not want to fight you because you're from Texas, because he never wanted to fight White Boy because White Boy was from Amarillo.
What does that mean? Like, I can
I
only
have
fight
no
people
clue,
from
man.
Texas.
I have no clue, man. No clue, man. Like, look, I just offered him someone else, but he said he's around 180. What were you fighting at? 180 or 190? Damn, Cruz got
190.
190.
And that's
Yeah.
his weight. Let's see what he says, bro. He's gonna say
How about
no.
Francis? Francis gonna be there.
Francis,
He's
you
gonna
don't
say
get there,
no.
man.
Yo, you want
We got
Cruz
the same
beat me up,
diet.
man.
We got the same diet.
Mitty, he's a killer.
No, come on, man. You gotta salvage the card, man.
He's a killer.
Yeah, you gotta be in there, Francis. You say you do whatever it takes, man.
You're part of the promotion,
Yo,
man.
you trying to get me on a highlight,
listen,
Cruz. That's what you
listen,
said.
Cruz, would you-
listen, I've got an idea.
Would
How
you
about
rather not
do-
take it, Cruz? Because you don't know Ambrose. You don't want to take it last minute, right?
Yeah, it's trench too.
man.
We don't even know.
I wanna think about it. I'll talk
No,
to you
I
about
mean
it behind the
he
scenes.
didn't say yeah either though. He didn't say yeah either. I
Yeah.
just text him right now. But what was your idea, Mitty?
My idea, like, no, I'm serious, and hear me out. Like, Francis really, We do something an exhibition, no knockouts. As soon as there's a cut,
We
we
stop the
stop the
fight.
fight. No judges,
And we
no
gonna put 20,
decision, and
20
you both
ounce
get a
gloves.
belt. You both get a belt, so you
20
can come
ounce
home. You don't
gloves.
need
Yeah,
a photo.
okay.
You know?
20
You know,
ounce
so-
gloves too instead of 16.
20-ounce gloves. There you go.
Yo, now I know BD don't like me for real.
You can wear a football
Cruz gonna be
helmet,
so
man.
mad, Daddy in there. He gonna be like, "Oh, you in here?
Francis,
All right.
Francis, they saying get in there and save the show, man.
Get in there, swag, man."
Yo, Danny's
Nah,
in the chat. Danny's in the
Cruz gotta
chat.
think about it though. That's crazy. Shout out to Ringwalk Danny though, and not
Oh.
being able to make it, man. I'm pretty sure he trained pretty hard. You know what I'm saying, for this whole
Damn.
time. And, yeah.
we laughing like that, but like, you know, I'm looking at Cruz, and you know, I know how it feels like to have
Yeah,
like
horrible, man.
a
Bro,
fight that
40
kind of like drops
miles?
the
You
last
can't get
and all
those
that.
40 miles back, man. The only good thing about that is that you're in great shape. But yeah, this is honestly, this is why I ain't taking fights, man. Dudes got to pay me 500 collateral, man. I can't go through that shit. I'm not doing 40 fucking miles. I'm gonna stop eating all my cereal and sweets, and then you pull out. No disrespect to anybody, but that's crazy. You know what I mean? Wow. So now, you know, we're really there's
We gotta
nothing.
scramble.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing. I highly doubt Ambrose takes it. Then even yourself, you're in a bad position where it's like,
You think Mario would want to take it or no?
I mean, he always said that it was gonna be a fight with him and Cruz, but
Ask him and see if he wanna take
Mario is team Ness Heyman, man. I need Mario. He can't go in there with Cruz, man. Cruz is gonna be 5 fights in, man.
I hear that.
Maybe we have a silver lining. Ambrose asked when you need to know by. I mean, I guess before Saturday.
You couldn't all.
When you need to know by, Cruz. Live on air. The illest Unguarded.
Love it.
Cruz, when would you like to know by? If he
He said
wants
I
to
couldn't
take
know.
Barely, it's kind of cutting off.
His wife, Alex. So Ambrose is saying that he might be doing it, but when do you need to know by? What's your deadline for him to give you an answer?
Oh, Ambrose, man, I got to think about it myself.
So what's your deadline?
I would say midweek, man, Wednesday.
Oh, that's late.
That's
Yeah.
late. You want to know by Sunday, like
Yeah, that's late. We want to know. Yeah, Sunday the latest.
yeah. I mean, you can think about it and talk to whoever you have to talk to,
When-
and then
Right.
I guess you can come back to Nest by, I don't know, Saturday, Sunday to see if that's what you want to do, right? So
Yeah, well, I got Ambrose's number. I'll reach out to Ambrose, and we see
Alright.
where we can go from there. But yeah, it's not the news that I want to hear, of course, right?
yeah,
Because
Yo,
I get all excited to come back, but
it puts you
It
it
happens.
puts you in
Happens every
a
Border
bad
Wars.
it puts you in a bad situation, man. Where it's like your first Border Wars, where now it's like you got to take a last minute fight. I don't want to serve you, Mario. It's like you said, he's coming off a loss. Ambrose is the best option. At least he's undefeated with no wins or losses. You know what I mean? Mario, you know, I was trying to put him in with Amin because Amin had
The common
no fights.
opponent with Keem. and then Cruz wants Keem.
Yo,
Nah, for real.
no, Cruz wants you. They want you to step in last minute.
what's up, Francis?
Yo,
Hold on,
like-
so you
yo,
ducking
look at
Ambrose?
JD.
That's what you doing,
Look
I
at
see
JD.
now. You ducking Ambrose. I got
Yo,
you.
JD
I
said.
see you.
JD
Y'all got the
said.
same record, man. Y'all got the same record.
JD said this happens in real boxing, 2 days notice.
It does, yeah.
yeah. But I mean, 2 days notice, those
Come on.
opponents like get something to, to come and do a little something, man. They don't come there to wait, man. you know,
I like that one.
that's the part that he didn't tell you.
Yo, listen, man. We
Yo,
got some super chats that we
yeah.
didn't get to before.
Appreciate that, Ant.
Max Rodriguez came in with Eric is the godfather of Team Texas. He and OG.
Uh,
Shout out to Anthony
Appreciate that,
Edwards.
super.
Anthony Edwards, the super chat. Sorry to hear that, Cruz. I was looking forward to seeing you back in the ring. You're the hardest hitter I've ever faced.
word, man. That's
Salute to
crazy.
you, man.
Yo, man. See, this is the issue with boxing, man.
Hashtag
Yeah.
boxing.
Issue with boxing, man. Everything
know,
and anything can happen last minute, bro.
yeah, yeah, everything, everything works in mysterious ways. I kind of spoke to Francis. I kind of have a little situation going on myself as well,
Ooh.
and I won't be cleared until maybe Monday or Tuesday. If I'll be able to participate.
What?
So yeah,
So
so
Francis, you kept this from me, dog? I thought you was my man. Yo, me and you, we were supposed to be. Yo, what
Nah,
the
we together, but you gotta remember something. At the same time, I'm a man's man, and he asked me to do something in confidentiality, and I held my part of the deal. It was about
Wow,
time
y'all
for you.
kept
You
me
was
out
gonna
the
know. You
loop.
don't think how much it hurt me to not say, I gotta tell.
Nah, it's
I
all good.
can't. But
Listen.
at the end of the day, we wanted to make sure we resolved it first.
Listen,
But
it's
I wanted
all
Cruz to
good.
do the honors of telling you what's
No,
good. You know.
no, it's all good because that makes me feel better in the sense that at least Cruz isn't devastated. If he himself kind of was iffy,
yeah,
that's what hurts me more is you going through everything you went through and expecting a fight and then not be. But if you yourself were slightly reluctant or had your mind somewhere, that's beautiful because I feel less ashamed and disappointed for you. I don't want any of you guys to go through 6-8 weeks of training, losing weight, paying fines, all this stuff, and then no fight. That's horrible. That's not what I want. So, that's kind of sweat off my back if you was already thinking of pulling out. But
yeah. And I mean, it's not. I don't want it to sound like I'm thinking about pulling out. It's just that I'm gonna give you a little bit or something about what's going on. I took a COVID test, and I'm waiting on the results. It's gonna be about 2 days for me to get back the results. I took it today. Somebody in my house has tested positive. So I gotta get the results back and make sure that everybody. I don't want to expose nobody in the event. If
nah,
I
of
have it, I don't
course,
want
of
to show up
course.
there.
But you must be asymptomatic then. Even if
Yeah,
you
I mean, I don't have any
symptoms.
symptoms.
Yeah.
But we just found out about it like the day right before Thanksgiving on Wednesday. That's when we found out about it. So
Nah, listen, understandable. That's gonna really suck though because I needed you at the event at least. What in the hell? How would that happen? Like you're the
yeah, no,
guy.
we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out.
Without you, what are we gonna do? We got Matt Machine Gun Garces who says Cruz.
Hold on. Before that, you got Big Supermax says, brother, says Francis, step in. Matt and Danny took the fight on 15 minutes notice.
That's
and
right.
Danny had no training, so jump in there and be great, champ.
Be great.
And then now Matt comes back with the
Cruz, I owe you lunch.
Oh man,
That's what Matt said. But yo, that's true, man. That's true, bro. Ringwalk Danny the night before was on my Instagram drunk in front of my hotel room crying about Canelo getting the win. So, yeah, man. Or not getting the win. Something weird. I know he was drunk, but then he jumped in there, so.
no, but let's not peer pressure.
Yo.
Francis to get his first L, man.
I think Supermax is talking about like super chat. I don't know if y'all
Tell
read
we
them
got
already.
Super chats. Yeah, we read them.
All right.
We got them. We was running a little behind, but we got them.
Cool.
So yeah, man, that's everything kind of unfolding and kind of right here live on the Unguarded, which is pretty dope. Good content.
Yeah.
So we pretty much waiting to see what's next and
Good
stuff now.
content. He said good content. We
Breaking
gave
news.
you the buildup of a comeback of one of our most decorated fighters.
And the shit crashed.
Then we gave you the live disappointment of his fight being canceled. And then we left you in suspense with whether or not he's got COVID. I mean, let's talk about some good content.
I'm trying to tell you.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned because we don't know what's next.
Stay tuned. We going live with the
Exactly.
COVID results, man. What in the hell? Damn,
crazy.
bruh. Jose, that's right. I like what Matt said. Fly out, Jose, and meet Cruz in the ring, man. Where it all took place 2 years ago, man.
Right.
What was it? Yeah, about 2 years at this point now, man. Let's go,
Francis
Jose.
started.
Now, Jose's on fake lockdown. He talk about he can't fly out. Meanwhile, Francis flying out every chance he get. Man, Jose, you faking it out there, man.
Oh yeah, Jose's don't want to be a faker, man. With his fake doctor.
Nah. He did tell me. He did tell me he can't deal with the quarantine. Can't deal with the quarantine. Not everybody can stay home for 14 days, man. But isn't it voluntary for y'all? It's not voluntary.
No, Nah,
It's gotta be.
it's not. Nah, it's not.
Man, I don't know.
Unless
man.
you want a $10,000 fine, then you can call it voluntary.
Oh,
I mean, like, no, but seriously though, like, so the fights are dropping off the cards and everything,
Yeah,
but
man.
we have fighters out there though. Like, we have like Mario that'll be there, not busy. We have Francis there, not busy. There's
I'm
gotta
not
be
giving
something that
Stainless
can be
no
done
tape.
then. Huh? Like
Jordan-
you versus Mario.
Jordan gonna be there.
Jordan gonna
Jo-
be there.
Jordan be there, I'm sure. Like he likes to take fights with one leg, and I think he fancies his chances against you. He said so. I don't know, man.
Against who?
You
And
like,
who?
that's what he keeps saying.
And that's
Jordan
Beat Ness's
Baker.
ass. You crazy?
Jordan Baker.
Oh
Yeah.
no, Jordan my dude.
Francis-
Man, Ness can get it on though.
He's crippled, man. He's got
You
like
hear,
a bad knee. man.
Francis is the biggest liar, dog. My man, he got fights at 8 different weight classes, man. He tripping.
Everybody calling out Francis.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'd love to take Ness's body. Like, real, I might have to try and beef up and gain some weight for that one, man. Maybe late 2021. We'll see. We'll see how I do my first bouts. I can't look past my opponents because I'm a true champion, you know?
Bruh,
I gotta look at my opponents.
You
What
losing.
opponent?
You-
Who's your
Listen,
opponent?
let me tell you
Stainless.
something.
I got Stainless as my first opponent.
Oh, Stainless.
Let me tell you
Yeah,
something.
Stainless got problems with me, man.
You
don't
already
even know.
lost. You already lost. If you're not a natural, if you're not
I'm not-
you already lost because Stainless already started working out. The minute that call hung up, he joined the gym.
That don't mean nothing. That don't
That
mean
does,
nothing. I'm gonna
that
tell you, brother. It
does,
don't
that
mean nothing. Look at me
does,
dead in
that
my eye.
does.
It don't mean nothing, bruh. It don't mean nothing. Ness, you're not all right. I feel you. You do what you do your best promoting, but that don't mean nothing.
I'm keeping it real.
It gonna come down to will.
What do you mean? Will what?
It's gonna come down to will.
Everybody
You got the
has
stronger
will. Everybody has will. It comes down to the scorecards, man.
Yeah, it's first to two. Don't forget, it's first to two. It's the first to two.
Damn.
If it makes it to two.
So Cruz, now that you let the cat out the bag, that kind of makes me feel slightly optimistic in the sense that you said you have to think about it to take the Ambrose fight because you were really saying I need to find out what's my results to the COVID, and that's why you didn't jump on. So you saying you would take it if you clean, or you still need to also think about the fight?
Well, I would take it if I'm clean, and also if Ambrose agrees to the weight class that I'm going to be coming in. You know, because I think he wanted to fight at 180 or something like that.
Nah, he was trying to fight at 175, 180, but he's 190 right now. But he's 190,
Yeah.
so you know. But yeah, man,
Yeah,
I guess.
I would take it.
All right. Well, that's good news, man. That's good news. We got something to look forward to. We want to hope that you are healthy, and you know, and that you pass your COVID. And then if that's the case, you know, I guess we definitely want you on the card, man. I was, you know, I ain't gonna front. Secretly as a competitor, I'm kind of happy because now you don't get to get that 5th one. And we still tied at 4 fights each.
Yeah, I'm a jump friend.
Yeah, but you see how he was cheering for you. Now he's hating. Look at
No,
this Cruz. He's cheering for you. Now he's like, yeah.
No, because remember, even in the beginning, I said that I was, you know, slightly jealous that you was about to be the most active, and now here we are again, and it's like, wait, he might not fight. Maybe he won't be the most active. You know what I'm saying? I want that title too. But nah,
I'll take
man.
somebody off the street, man, for me to get my 5th fighter. That's what I gotta do. I'll
For
find
real.
somebody.
But I think that's all the questions. Francis, you got anything on Coach Mitty? That is definitely all the questions on his Unguarded.
No, nothing from me, man. I was pretty good until we got the bad news, man.
Yeah, man, that sucked.
The bad good news, because you know what? We still a door there open for something amazing to happen.
Wait,
so.
I think we got
But-
another question here. We didn't answer Big Casual, not to be confused with Enrique Casual Fan. He says, "What's good, S.O.G? Do you think that there should be a Border Wars Hall of Fame? And if yes, do you think that you having the most fights in Border Wars, you could make it in one day?" Well, you definitely answered
You
that.
answered that.
Yeah, you answered
Yeah.
that. You said first ballot. That's right. Talk that talk.
First ballot, man. Most active, been at the most border wars after maybe Ness and Doomy, I want to say, since they, you know, participate as judges and commentators. But yeah, man, Yeah, first ballot, no doubt.
Yeah, man. Cruz, no social media, right?
I only got Facebook, Eric Cruz, and I got Twitter, King Cruz. But that, yeah, that's it.
Well,
Damn, you got Twitter, Cruz?
Yeah, I've been having Twitter for like 15 years, man. I got it when it just came out.
Uh,
well, there you have it, Eric Cruz. We have Unguardeds lined up for. I think we're doing Supermex on Monday, right? Let me double check here.
Yep. Monday. Yep. That's right. Yes. 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 I got you. I checked it.
Big Supermex Monday at 3 p.m. And then we have DeMarcus for Surefire D scheduled at 5 p.m. And he is upset, ladies and gentlemen. He's been hearing everything White Boy has been saying. He wanted to schedule the interview for the day. He was like, yo, Ness, let's do that Unguarded today. That White Boy talking mad shit. I was actually going to take it light on him. Now I'm going to fuck his ass up. And I'm like,
Damn,
whoa.
man.
I'm like, no, wait a minute. We got to
what did you
schedule
say
it.
he's gonna do? He's gonna do what to what?
Oh, he gonna do the do.
I said, what?
Yeah, exactly. Pause that. Ness. Come on, man.
Whatever. You guys are funny, man. You guys are
Oh
funny.
man.
Vinny's stupid.
Yeah,
I
man.
said, what? Hey, man, that's suspicious, man.
All right, so his actual words were this white boy talking mad ish. I was gonna take it easy on him. Now I'm gonna beat the dog ish out him. I'm ready to do my Unguarded. How's 7? And I said, no, 7 is too soon, man. We got to put your post out there. We got to put your questions. You know, we got to get the questions from the people, man. So we're going to be doing 2 Unguardeds on Monday. Plus, we got a Border Wars show scheduled for Saturday at 11 a.m. It is fight week in a few days, man. So, yeah, another episode. Cruz, Mitty, Francis. Till the next one.
In the next one.
You already
Next one,
know,
y'all
man.
doing,
Catch
guys?
you on the next one. Thanks you to the man upstairs for another one. S.O.G. Appreciate you.
Amen. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate y'all, man. Actually.
All
All
right.
right. Yes.